Welcome back to another news video. We're talking about the Xbox Developer Direct for January 2025. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth winning on PC. Surprisingly, Steam Deck sales are down, followed by the bonus round segment covering a collection of smaller news bits. As usual, all news articles source will be linked in the description below that like button. Let's get into it. So last week's news video was a little tight and I couldn't report on the Xbox Developer Direct, so here we are. This year's showcase was just packed with surprises, and honestly, I am excited for what's coming. First up, we got the big reveal. Ninja Gaiden 4 is officially in development. Team Ninja is back at it, and they're promising a return to the fast-paced, brutal combat the series is known for. No release date yet, but just knowing it's happening is enough to get fans excited. And speaking of Ninja Gaiden, they also announced a remaster of Ninja Gaiden 2 for modern consoles. This classic is getting a visual overhaul, and it's set to include all the DLC from the original release. If you missed this one back in the day, now's your chance to experience it. Next, id Software dropped a bombshell with Doom: The Dark Ages. This is a prequel to the modern Doom games, and it's taking us back to a medieval-inspired hellscape. The trailer showed off some brutal melee combat, including a chainsaw shield. Yes, you heard that right. It's as over-the-top as you'd expect from Doom, and I'm here for it. I actually made a video last week covering Doom: The Dark Ages exclusively. I'll put a link to that video in the description as well as somewhere here on the screen, so that way you can check it out. Then there's South of Midnight, the new action-adventure game from Compulsion Games. The trailer gave us a glimpse of its Southern Gothic-inspired world, filled with magic, mystery, and some seriously creepy vibes. It's looking like a unique addition to Xbox's lineup. And finally, we got a sneak peek at Clair Obscur, a new RPG from Sandfall Interactive. The game is set in a beautifully stylized world, inspired by French Art Nouveau, and it's all about breaking free from a cursed cycle. The visuals alone are stunning, and the gameplay looks like a fresh take on turn-based combat. All in all, the Xbox Developer Direct 2025 delivered a mix of surprises and updates that should have fans excited for the future. What are you looking most forward to? Let me know in the comments. Next up, let's talk about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, because this game is making waves on PC like never before. First off, Rebirth has officially debuted on Steam with the highest peak concurrent player count in the series' history, outside of the MMO, of course. PC players are diving into this epic RPG in droves, and it's clear the love for Final Fantasy VII is as strong as ever. But here's where things get interesting. The modding community is already hard at work. Within days of the game's release, players were using mods to control all 9 playable characters at once, including fan favorites like Sephiroth and Zack. It's wild to see how quickly the community is pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the game. And get this, the game's director, Tetsuya Nomura, actually supports modding. In a recent interview, he praised mods for breathing life into the PC market, calling them a way to keep games fresh and engaging. That's a refreshing take, especially compared to some developers who try to clamp down on modding. Of course, Nomura did have one request. Please don't give Kate Sith a dump truck ass. Yes, that's a direct quote. It's hilarious. But it also highlights the creative and sometimes chaotic freedom that mods bring to the table. All in all, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is thriving on PC, and it's amazing to see how the community is embracing it. Whether you're playing it straight or diving into the wild world of mods, there's no denying this game is something special. Now, let's talk about the Steam Deck, because there's a lot going on in the world of Valve's handheld PC. First, the not so great news. Steam Deck sales have taken a hit following the announcement of the Nintendo Switch 2. It's not entirely surprising, given the hype around Nintendo's next console, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on as the handheld market heats up. But don't worry, Steam Deck fans, there's plenty of good news too. AMD's FSR3 frame generation is now available on the Steam Deck thanks to a new Decky plugin. This is a game changer for performance, especially for more demanding titles. If you've been struggling to hit those higher frame rates, this update might just be what you need. Quick disclaimer about frame gen. If you have a base frame rate in a game of 15 frames per second, sure, it may boost your frame rates up to like, I don't know, let's say 60 frames per second, which is amazing. But your input delay for the game will still be based on the source render output of 15 frames per second. So only use frame gen for games where input delay is not as important. So like a turn-based RPG like Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, do not use this for Twitch shooters or competitive shooters, any kind of game that requires a really tight responsive controls. And finally, if you're looking to expand your Steam library, now's the perfect time. The Steam week-long sale is live, offering over 3,000 discounts on games across the platform. Another Steam sale. Surprise. Whether you're into indie gems or AAA blockbusters, there's something for everyone. So while the Steam Deck might be facing some competition, it's clear that the world of Steam keeps pushing on. It's still a great time to be a PC gamer. That's it for the big news stories. Let's move on to the bonus round where we provide some briefer news stories that I found interesting and wanted to share with you all. By the way, are you enjoying this video? Consider supporting me and my content by subscribing to the channel. Maybe even hit that like button while you're down there. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you. First up, some Xbox updates. Phil Spencer recently confirmed that the Xbox Series S Parity clause is here to stay. For those who don't know, this means all games released on Xbox Series X must also run on the Series S, ensuring both consoles get the same games, just with some differences in performance and visuals. And in other Xbox news, those rumors about World of Warcraft coming to Gamepass, unfortunately, they've been clarified, and it's not happening, at least for now. So WoW fans, you'll still need to stick to the traditional subscription model for now. Big news for PC gamers, Sony is finally making PSN accounts optional for their games on Steam. That means you won't need a PSN account to play Spider-Man 2 or The Last of Us Part 2 on PC. But here's the catch. If you do sign up for a PSN account, Sony is offering some free goodies as an incentive. It's a win-win for players who want to dive into Sony's exclusives without feeling forced into creating an account. In some tougher news, Ubisoft has announced the closure of another studio, along with the layoffs at 3 more. This is part of their ongoing efforts to prioritize projects and reduce costs. It's always tough to hear about layoffs in the industry, and my heart goes out to those affected. Hopefully, this restructuring allows Ubisoft to focus on delivering quality experiences while supporting their teams in the long run. Bad news for Steam fans. According to Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney, Alan Wake 2 isn't coming to Steam. It looks like the game will remain exclusive to the Epic Games Store for the foreseeable future. While this might be disappointing for some, it's not entirely surprising, given Epic's strategy with exclusives. Still, it's a bummer for those who prefer to keep their libraries in one place. Yeah, hopefully this changes moving forward. I think more and more developers want to have their games available on multiple platforms. Big news for the team behind Palworld. They're launching a new publishing company aimed at giving developers the financial freedom to create the games they want. And it looks like the idea is already gaining traction. The devs say they're swamped with offers from other studios. It's great to see a focus on supporting creativity and innovation in the industry, especially after Palworld's massive success. VR fans, get ready. Cold VR, the spiritual successor to Superhot VR, has a new launch date, February. The game promises the same time-bending action that made Superhot a hit, but with a fresh twist. If you've been looking for a new VR experience to sink your teeth into, this one's definitely worth keeping an eye on. I actually own an Index headset, and whenever I talk about virtual reality experiences to people who are new to it, there's 2 games I always recommend: Half-Life Alyx and Superhot. If you have a VR headset and you haven't played either of those 2 games, I highly recommend it, and it's awesome to hear that we have a spiritual successor coming out to Superhot. check it out. The original Dying Light is getting a free graphical update, giving the zombie survival classic a fresh new look. And that's not all. Dying Light 2 is also getting a brand new game mode. While details are still under wraps, it's clear Techland is committed to keeping both games alive and kicking. So time to reload that game and dust off those parkour skills. Big news for Gears of War fans. People Can Fly, the studio behind Outriders, is teaming up with the Coalition to work on Gears of War E Day. This collaboration brings together two powerhouse teams, and it's got me excited to see what they'll deliver. If you've been waiting for more info on E Day, this partnership is a promising sign that the game is in good hands. No Man's Sky just got even bigger, literally. Hello Games has added billions of new solar systems and trillions of new planets to the game. It's a mind-boggling update that keeps the universe feeling fresh and endless. But that's not all. The studio is also hard at work on Light No Fire, their upcoming open-world survival RPG. While details are still scarce, it's clear Hello Games is aiming to deliver another ambitious, genre-defining experience. Exciting times ahead for sure. And for our last news bit, John Romero, the legendary designer behind the original Doom, has some high praise for Xbox Gamepass. In a recent interview, he called the service really great, highlighting how it gives players access to a huge library of games for a low price. It's always cool to see industry veterans embracing modern gaming trends, and Romero's endorsement is a big win for Game Pass. Are you still there? That was a lot of news to go over. Thanks for sticking till the end. I tried something a little new this time around, specifically with the bonus round. They were faster, shorter. If you have any feedback, I'd love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. While you're down there, remember to like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe for more great gaming content. Also, consider watching this recommended video right here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.